Thank you, Austin. I much appreciate that. God bless everybody. It is General Greene here on this beautiful, beautiful day. Austin Greene welcoming us to the amazing broadcast. Today is all about Lamborghini gains. And we're going to talk about my exclusive number 1000X pick. Hey, Yang, how you doing? RSR reserve rights. I believe it to be the number one pick in the world for crypto gains. And I put my money where my mouth is. Currently invested millions and millions of dollars personally. Full disclosure, and this is not a paid advertisement, just what I think is going to happen. Again, I predicted the run of XRP, predicted the 1000X of many other cryptos, and I believe that this is the next 1000X in the space. In fact, it's one of the few cryptos in the world with massive gains right now. And we're going to explain why, because a lot of people have asked for more of a breakdown, which I have done privately at my school. You get all the information there first, of course, which is why there's such incredible value at the club, because we be clubbing. But I'm going to do this one for free to educate, because we're about to enter the biggest bull run in U.S. history. And Donald Trump, of course, making Bitcoin and the United States the crypto capital of the world, in my opinion, will include reserve rights, which is essentially the new BlackRock of the cryptocurrency space. For those of you that don't know how massive and huge this is, please like and share. A lot of people ask me, Christopher, how do I make my first $1 million? How am I going to get those 10x, 100x, 1000x gains? Well, I'm actually sharing with you for free how to do that. And minimum in the short run, I believe that we're going to have an explosive 10x move just within the next few days in RSR. So first, let's take a look at this together. And by the way, to increase your education, we're going parabolic right now. Wow. So to increase your education, the first thing I recommend is just to learn as much as you can about the crypto space, right? Education is power, but of course, action on the education and the knowledge is power. That's what bought me the Lamborghini. By the way, my rep over at Lamborghini just gave me this new unboxing that I'm going to do for the lime green Lambo. I don't know what's in it. Thanks, Ronnie. I appreciate it, man. You're a cool cat. You're a cool cat over at the Lambo dealership. So let's talk about reserve rights. And what I'm recommending is reserve rights, RSR token. You see it's going parabolic right now. Right now, there's still time to get in on the Ethereum chain. It is contract address, RSR reserve rights, contract address ending, because you always want to check the contract address, 5D70. So 5D70, reserve rights token, it is number 133, it's biblical, right there, of total crypto market capitalizations. And I believe we're going to get a quick 10, 100, and then eventually 1000X as I see reserve rights hitting $1 trillion in market cap in the future, which sounds kind of outlandish, I know. But again, people thought I was crazy when I recommended Bitcoin over 15 years ago. And we all know what happened with that. Multi-million% gains and the best investment in trade, literally long-term stable value of a lifetime that's now taken over the federal government. And Donald Trump is recommending the United States to stockpile it as a matter of national security. So I'm going to explain a couple reasons why. First off, the technology and the utility of RSR is outstanding. It is world-class. It comes from a world-class team. It is very well capitalized and well-funded. And it is the first technology of its kind that is tokenizing RWA and real-world assets using the equivalent of crypto ETFs. This is incredible. What this allows through its smart contract technology is for everybody, fully democratized, to build their own DTFs, diversified token portfolios of real assets. This includes real estate. This includes gold. It includes stablecoin technologies and basically anything you can think of, stocks as well. You can tokenize stock indexes, and you can do it by sector. Let's say you were interested in investing in AI or memes, or you just wanted to focus on gold miners. All of this is achieved with RSR reserve rights. In addition to being well capitalized, well funded, and the smartest minds and most talented people in the world, including myself, telling you about it, investing in it, and putting their money where their mouth is, in addition to that, the most powerful people in the world actually fund and back it. Those two people are Peter Thiel, who you know very well, of course, or you should. He's arguably the most powerful person on this planet, even far more influential than Elon Musk, actually, behind closed doors. And extremely influential, not just in the crypto Bitcoin space, but of course with RSR. He's funded, owns RSR, and backs reserve rights. That's RSR. Again, there's a reason why I'm telling you about this. In addition to that, Sam Altman, a new recognized billionaire, arguably one of the other most powerful people on this planet, founder and creator of ChatGPT, and of course, the revolution in technology of artificial intelligence at OpenAI, is also an investor, backer, and funds the project, which is very telling. You always want to see where the smartest people in the world are putting their money, where they're voting with their actions, what they back and support, and you also want to look at their track records. And of course, all this is publicly disclosed. I've known about for years. If you study venture capital, as I do, and it's been the result of my personal best investments. Again, my best investments have been Bitcoin. My best investments have been Palantir stock, which I recommended at the IPO. My best investments have been in myself, social media, blockchain tech, e-commerce, and soon to be, I believe, proved RSR, which is actually skyrocketing right now. We're getting a big bold candle. So to God be the glory. That's pretty awesome. We're going to hit at least a minimum 10x, I believe, in the next few days. Now, in addition to Sam Altman ownership, Peter Thiel ownership, massive venture capital investment, of course, the new BlackRock technology of the crypto space, the new SEC, soon to be confirmed chair by Donald Trump, Paul Atkins, also served as a major advisor on the project. Again, keep your friends very close, know who these people are. And so Paul Atkins, if you don't know him, he is actually Donald Trump's pick to be the new head of the SEC, the major regulatory body here in the States. And so that is very, very bullish, of course, on the project that he advised directly on as a major advisor, RSR. This is Paul Atkins, so congratulations to Paul for not only his advisement of reserve rights and RSR token, but of course, his new confirmation hearing, which is happening, I think now, like next few days, as the SEC chair. And so this bullishness and sentiment around this particular opportunity, and I have to say not financial advice here, terms and disclaimers, I have to say that, really is world-class, bar none. In my opinion, the number one play, long-term investment, utility technology that focuses on the number one trend, which I'm a major investor in. I've obviously created and invented tokenized real estate, beach and oceanfront estates worldwide at our exclusive properties with no bank debt. I am the founder, of course, along with my team, my beautiful father, and all of our amazing members of our founders round, which includes $33.5 million of no bank debt real estate, which will be tokenized on our proprietary multi-billion-dollar blockchain. So I know what I'm talking about. And so this technology is by far, in my view, and this is how I voted with my own personal capital, is I am a risk taker. And again, without risk, there is no return. Without risk, there is no reward. Without risk, there is no Rocky gains. Again, could you imagine if Rocky didn't take any risks? Could you imagine if Kobe Bryant never took the shot? Could you imagine if Michael Jordan lacked confidence as he was pulling up for the buzzer beater? There's a reason why certain people always win. Even in sales, you see the top guy control 95, 90%, 99% of all the business. There's even a reason why today, honestly, Elon Musk and Donald Trump control the entire planet. I mean, one dude that owns private corporations, Elon Musk, is literally arguably the most powerful person in the world right now. He's a private oligarch billionaire owner who now dominates all of basically the political atmosphere, like in Washington, D.C. That's incredible. I mean, he's literally being disclosed, according to the press, all of the confidential intelligence reports of everything that goes on in the United States, which there was some controversy over that. By the way, this morning, Donald Trump, that he's only saying he's being fed some information and not all of it. So that's beside the point. We are really in a green light, I believe, for alt season. We are in a renaissance, as Donald Trump has suggested, and what he's dubbed himself a golden age in this technology. Now, another major benefit of reserve rights is it's a US-based project. So again, all of the speculation around Donald Trump possibly removing, capital gains taxation on US-based focused tokens, and or just treating US-based projects like the Island Project and Reserve with a lot more benefit, also plays into the speculative announcements that I believe are going to be coming in the next few days and hours. Not just with Paul Atkins' confirmation hearing as the SEC chair, but in addition to that, what I broke to the world is that RSR, I have to say not financial advice, of course, will be listed on major US and international crypto exchanges very soon, like Coinbase. I have to say it's my opinion legally, but it's going to happen. Just a listing puts us at 10, 20, maybe 50x, but we don't even need a listing. So I just want you to understand all the bullish markers that I check off, that I look for: utility, real world value, team, who owns it. I look at the distribution of hodlers. Let's take a look at that, for example. We can all look this up together on either scan. And by the way, major whales have been acquiring. You're seeing that on Twitter. I wonder who that might be. I don't know, guys. It's a mystery. So again, I'm giving you massive 1000x diamond nuts alpha right now. Let's look that up. I'm curious to see what's the hodler count right now on reserve rights. Now, reserve rights also has a token on base chain, which will do well, I believe, but I'm not recommending the base chain. I'm recommending the Ethereum chain, of course, and that is the contract address of reserve rights. If you're just coming into this live stream, ending in 5D70, and you can learn more about them at reserve.org. But we're sitting just under 30,000 hodlers. So, that's a saturation, but still very small, which means that the distribution of hodlers, with this token is still kind of undiscovered, which means as the momentum builds, and of course, more market liquidity pours in, I expect that hodler count to quickly rise to 100,000 plus. So we're going to see very, very big gains. Circulating market supply, currently market cap is about 336 million. If I compare this to other projects in the RWA space, I mean, we're significantly undervalued at this very given moment. So how do you buy this? So this is the next question. Just, how do you pick this up? How do you buy RSR reserve rights token? Well, what do you do? Well, it's going to be listed on major exchanges soon, but you don't want to wait for that, because by the time you're waiting for that, you're going to be buying at 10x at least minimum prices higher. You want to get in before. Same thing with Bitcoin, right? People mining Bitcoin, or people that bought Bitcoin like myself under 1,000, we got all the huge gains because we were there early before it mainstreamed. Before Donald Trump started talking about it, and before Wall Street started buying it like BlackRock, and before it became a national security issue to be stockpiled by the US government as a major national security investment reserve and a new backing of gold, essentially the digital Fort Knox. How you buy reserve rights is very, very easy. All you need is a Coinbase wallet or MetaMask, which are two wallets I recommend. Coinbase Wallet is a separate app from the Coinbase Exchange, but works with the Coinbase Exchange and will allow you to buy RSR reserve rights, ending in contract address 5D70. Also, It is available on Uphold Exchange. So if you want to use an exchange just for a convenience factor, or that's something that you want to do, you can buy it there. It's, of course, available directly on Uniswap, Binance, OKX, and you can find all of this, of course, KuCoin Gate.io at the coinmarketcap.com research page. For those of you who don't know, just for your educational purposes, by looking up any token, you can view its contract address in the corner there, and you can scroll down to markets to see the available trading depth and liquidity volume, which you'll see, for example, on Binance, there's about 6 million that's traded over the last 24 hours in USD equivalent. On MEXC, there's been about 4.2 million. On Uniswap, there's been about $250,000. And so that's how you see where all these tokens are available on these exchanges. So extremely bullish. This is my number one 1000x pick, full disclosure. And again, I believe reserve rights is, well, it's breaking out right now. And I believe coupled with all this bullishness of direct multi-billion-dollar ownership of the world's most powerful men, people like Sam Altman, Peter Thiel, and others. The SEC new chairman, Paul Atkins, serving originally as an advisor on the project, is obviously going to have great things to say about RSR. I firsthand believe, in my humble opinion, that RSR as the new BlackRock technology of the crypto space will be included in Donald Trump's crypto stockpile reserve. And I think we're going to see Trump do a lot of creative things along with his host of advisors like David Sachs and his sons, Eric, et cetera, buy RSR and reserve rights. Just a natural progression as we move into utility tokens. And again, what we're seeing is a move from memes, although some memes are cool, and you know I like memes, and I've recommended some memes in the past, but now we're seeing a movement into actual real use cases. And so this is where all the money, the real money, is actually going to be made. You haven't seen anything yet. It's all going to be in real world asset focused tokens like islandproject.com, which marries real estate with no bank debt, of course, with a blockchain tokenization event. I created the term, it's called blockchainization. That's what I came up with years ago. Also, too, I just really like the use case of reserve because its original thesis was always to combat US dollar inflation. And so one of its primary messages is to combat the fact that Americans are getting hammered by a weakening dollar and currency because of the debt and because of the money printing and because of the bailouts and the direct fraud that Elon Musk, I congratulate him, is exposing at places like the US Treasury and exposing the previous administration, for example, of Joe Biden. And so this actually solves the problem of hyperinflation for the average individual like you tuning in. So I encourage you, of course, to learn as much as you can, seize and take the opportunity. Action is powerful. There's a reason why few people get rich and others wait on the sidelines. By the time something's super obvious and RSR's 1000x, it's too late. Just like all the great opportunities in life, by the time you've waited until everyone's figured it out, you missed it. By the time you've waited for our multi-billion-dollar blockchain launch, you've already missed the founders round and you're never going to get in. And you missed the 1000x. By the time you wait to ask that pretty gal out that you come across that could be your future wife, you've already missed it. Some other guy has taken the opportunity and he's beat you to the punch. So understand this, that what I'm revealed to you today, and people ask me all the time, give me something for free, General. Give me the 1000x. Give me these 10x minimum, 100x, 1000x gains. Give me something I can act on with very little money, maybe just $1,000 where I can become a key hodler very early on before the explosion higher. Well, I just revealed it to you. So don't underestimate the alpha that I just gave you. The alpha is freaking massive. So again, that's RSR reserve rights up only. 1000x gains are ahead. I'm, of course, very bullish. And I believe legitimately that we could see $1 trillion in market cap at some point in the future, because here's my thesis on that. I actually believe BlackRock and other major institutions will utilize and marry themselves with RSR. See, BlackRock, with all of its endless amounts of capital, is looking for a deployment vehicle into these asset structures. So instead of building it themselves, which they may or may not try to do, it's much easier to merge and or acquire or directly invest in the products that have already been created, in the vehicles that have already been geniusly programmed, which the team is absolutely amazing. I mean, it's funded by Peter Thiel. You know, Peter Thiel also funded Vitalik Buterin of Ethereum. Mwah! I hope you know that, right? I mean, everything Peter Thiel touches turns out into a golden goose egg. Everything from Palantir to PayPal to Tesla to Facebook to RSR. And again, it's still very, very early. And RSR is also an AI play, an artificial intelligence play in a certain respect, and has passed numerous audits as well. They've spent over $2.3 million on audits, which I really love that transparency. They've spent $5 million in bug bounties, you know, proving that the code is, you know, bar none, world class. And there's just so much that you can learn about earning yield. So let me give you an example for you baby boomers out there earning nothing at a bank. You can actually invest in RSR stablecoin folios and earn 5 upwards to 10% yield simply by buying, in my view and opinion, very safe, diversified, they're called token folios, but you can think of it like an ETF of stablecoins. So instead of having your money in a bank, you diversify it across various stablecoins, little USDC, right? A little DAI, other stablecoin technology, so you're not overexposed. And this is what RSR reserve rights technology does. Massive gains are ahead. I'm super, super excited. I wanted to bring you guys, you know, something that you could just act on today, proactively, in a positive way. You know, I give you guys all the crazy news and the politics, you know, I do that every single day as well. But this is really important because this is life-changing. And this is honestly game-changing. I mean, I fully expect RSR 2000X. So without further ado, feel free to ask me any questions. By the way, links are in the description of this video. So if you want to look up RSR or figure out how to buy it, you can see it in the links in my description. You can buy it again with MetaMask, Coinbase Wallet, by swapping Ethereum for it at the contract address. It's also available at Uphold and Uniswap and various other exchanges. And by the way, once this goes, you know, mainlined, and exchanges like Coinbase start to list, which I think is going to happen imminently, it'll be much more publicly available. We see it all the time. Tokens skyrocket right before the listing and start going parabolic, which is what we're seeing today. You heard it here first. Again, not financial advice, just if you want to get rich, listen to the general. So without further ado, let's open up our Lamborghini package here. I have no idea what's in it. My friend and my guy over at the Lambo dealership that helps me with the lime green Performante just got me this to thank me, I guess, for my purchase. And let me see if I can get in here. Might need a knife. All right, hold on one second. We're going to unbox this and see what's in it. Let's check it out. All right, let's check this out. Also, by the way, too, it's Down Syndrome Day today. So just a big shout out to the Down Syndrome community. We love you. You guys are perfect in the image of God. We hope you're having a wonderful day. If you have any friends or family with Down syndrome, just know that the general loves you and supports you. And we're just here to tell you and spread the love. All right, let's check this out. This is the unboxing of my new Lamborghini, which, by the way, I bought with Bitcoin. A lot of you don't know that. So people tell me Bitcoin's a scam. Well, I don't know. I've bought a lot of real estate and Lamborghinis with it. So here's the unboxing. I've seen it for the first time. I don't know what's in it. Let's check this out. Looks like I've got kind of a little welcome booklet here for the Urus. And by the way, the Lamborghini, I love cars. I always share that with you. In fact, today I always share watches. So this is actually one of my favorite watches. It's just a G-Shock. They're not very expensive, but I really like them a lot. I wear this a lot at the beach and just casually like I am now. And I think I only spent like, I don't know, 50 bucks or something. So I have a lot of watches, you know, I have Rolexes and Panerais, and I also have G-Shocks. I just really like watches and basically the technology in general. And so the Lamborghini I purchased a Performante, which is their top of the line of the Urus class. For those of you who don't know, it's a wonderful ride. I absolutely love it. I got a lot of kids too, so I can throw them in the back. And one thing you'll notice, because it's got a little, you know, higher profile, you don't have to be as careful when you're driving city streets. So I guess I got a little polisher here with the Lamborghini emblem on it. So here's my torch. Here's my Lamborghini light here. Looks like I'll have to put a battery in that one. So I want you to imagine yourself today taking the general's advice, buying a little RSR, and then unboxing your own Ferrari or Lamborghini in the next few months, which you can absolutely do and is possible. A lot of you guys are always selling yourself short. You don't think that you can get ahead, but you can in crypto. So here I've got some Lamborghini gloves. These are kind of funny looking. Okay, so I got some, I kind of like Michael Jackson. Here's the Lambo gloves. See if my hands even fit into them. Okay. Got my little Lamborghini gloves here. And we also have, looks like maybe a golf towel with the Lambo emblem on it, which is kind of imprinted inside of it. Almost kind of cloaked there. And this, I have no idea what this is a purple kind of velvet, super soft bag. Kind of reminds me, have you guys ever seen the movie The Birdcage? You remember when Nathan Lane took his toothbrush and he put it over his shoulder? And Robin Williams is like, oh, how Egyptian of you. I kind of feel like this looks super, super like that. So imagine the general on the Amalfi Coast carrying his little Lamborghini handbag. I think that would be hilarious. And this also kind of reminds me of, what was his name? OJ? Remember? Sorry, guys, the gloves don't fit. I can't get them on. All right, so let's see. We're just having fun today, guys. Today is like, I think we all need to focus our attention on some positive things here from time to time. So what's this? Oh, I got more gloves. So here's some gloves for Austin. Here's another Lamborghini towel. And then inside this carrying case bag, which I'll be carrying around the Amalfi Coast. Hey guys, the general's in town. I have car fragrance from Lamborghini. This smells like. Never had a car fragrance before. Okay, interesting. We also have, let's see here, glass cleaner for the general's glasses, the real life Iron Man here. We have upholstery cleaner and odor remover. Okay, so if you're trying to get rid of any foul smells. We have composite material cleaner for the general's Lamborghini. And in addition, we also have leather cleaner. So I don't know, I just thought we would just do that for fun because I had no idea what was in it. Big thanks to the Lambo guys and also Ronnie. You're a very cool man. So thank you, bro. That's pretty sick. So, did you buy RSR yet? Because I hope you understand the advice that I just gave you could change your entire life with a very minimum investment. That would be my next question to answer. People say, well, Chris, well, how much should I buy? Well, I don't know your time horizon or your net worth or those kinds of things, but I would at least, I mean, if you own a good crypto bag, I mean, you could definitely buy 10,000 USD equivalent or more. I mean, I own millions of dollars worth of it, so that kind of gives you an idea of what I think. You could definitely buy 100 grand easy. And if you're, just dipping your toe in the water, I mean, $1,000 on 1,000x, guys, is $1 million, right? So if you 1,000x on just $1,000 of RSR reserve rights, and I'm right again for the infinite time, like I've been right about XRP and Ethereum and Bitcoin, and the list goes on, and Palantir stock, and this turns out to be another major winner, well, you'll be sitting on $1 million. And we must understand where this is all headed. Again, where this is all headed is hyperinflation. In fact, we saw this yesterday with housing. I was proven correct again that the housing market had record gains in February again. It actually broke new all-time highs like I predicted, especially among the top tier high-end properties like we're personally invested in with our company and our members above 750K. Our bread and butter is more like 5 million. That's what we buy, because we only buy beach, oceanfront, or vacation zones that generate, of course, thousands of dollars a night in cash flows, and that are also the most desirable, world-class, not making any more of it locations in the world. These are the top destinations in the world. So anyways, I love you guys. RSR, just gave you some freaking massive alpha. I'd like to hear your comments, questions in the box below. If you have any questions, feel free. I'll respond to them. I'll try to do the best I can to respond to what I can, but that's my number 1,000x pick, and I revealed, a lot of the information that I haven't shared publicly before about why I think it's going to do so well. And then, go ahead, do your own research. You're going to have to say not financial advice, but it's what I'm doing, and I fully expect it's 1,000x, and I'm super stoked about it. And I hope you all have a beautiful day. And then again, shout out to the Down syndrome community, because it is Down syndrome day. We love you. Every person deserves life, and I just want you to know, for those of you who have friends or family, or maybe you even tuning in, that you're perfect in every single way, and I love you. And we're here to make the world a better place and bring people to God and Jesus. And that's about it. So I'll be shooting more videos from the Lamborghini later today. Believe in yourself. Don't tell yourself you can't do something. I'm telling you straight up right now, for just a little bit of investment, you can absolutely dominate in RSR in the crypto space. Very few people even know about it. Almost no one's talking about it. And I already did the thousands of hours of research on your behalf. So I just gave you millions of dollars of advice for free. I mean, think about that. That's pretty cool. I don't have to do that. I could just keep it and hoard it all to myself. But I'm revealing to you what I've already done all the due diligence of for like a decade. And see, that's how you make money. And people need to understand this, that when I say something, there's been due diligence on it for, 20 years. So it's not like Bitcoin's a new thing. It's through our collective education at my academy and our schools and islandproject.com, which makes it appear that the success is overnight. But the success is earned and built over time. Because once you have so much knowledge base in your mind, and you've got all these tools and knowledge that no one else has, when an opportunity presents, you strike. And that's how you win in life. That's how you win in sports. That's how you get the girl. That's how you make your first $1 million with RSR, islandproject.com. And that's how you get ahead, and you make world-class investments no one knows about before everybody else. I mean, this is like buying Tesla in the early days. It's literally invested by the same people like Peter Thiel that own Tesla and SpaceX and Facebook. The list goes on and on. Very, very powerful. So anyways, I love you guys. Talk to all you soon. I'll have more content going over the news and all that stuff a little later today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.